Hello.
Hello, Joy. How are you?
How are you?
Joy Muthengi accepted a ride with me.
Why not?
How are you, Joey?
Great. I'm great. Thank you.
I used to listen to you all the time on Capital.
Yeah.
Now I get to see you face to face.
I know.
Asante sana, you're so kind. How have you been?
I've been well. Thank you.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Sammy, we have the sanitizer there?
Yes, I've done
Good,
sanitizer.
excellent, fantastic, and I think we're good to go.
All right, let's do it.
Excellent. Hiya, Miss Joy Muthengi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Ride Free with George. And ladies and gentlemen, we've started a new series called The Greatest. And we start with Joy Muthengi as the #1 radio queen. So we'll be featuring the greatest in radio, both men and women, and also TV, different genres, I mean, spread across the board. And we have Joy Muthengi. We actually, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to our YouTube page, you'll see the categories: Radio Kings, Radio Queens, and we also we had Kaleche Mumo, unofficially #1, but Joy has been introduced to this series. So Kaleche Mumo is on #1, Joy Muthengi #2. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Yes. Corona.
Hey. My friend.
Eh?
It's been quite something.
It has been tricky.
Yeah, I just tweeted this morning and said this year has felt like a decade.
Wow,
And it's still not over.
Exactly. Yeah. It's been wild. It's been
Yeah.
wild. But hey, we made it to the end of the year.
Yeah,
And we thank God for that.
Yeah.
Tunamshukuru, yeah.
Yeah.
Joy, I don't want to beat around the bush. I remember seeing your tweet
Yeah.
saying that you have left Capital.
Yeah.
And Joy, I mean, you will tell us everything regarding your life, but we want to start with that. Tueleze.
That's still very fresh. So I actually haven't talked about it. But you know, like as you're saying, 2020 has been a year that has been very difficult for a lot of people. A lot of things have changed, and I think that caused me to sort of reevaluate a lot about my life, my career, where I wanted to go, the things I wanted to do. And you know, Capital will always be my home. It was the first thing I did when I came back from the States, and then I did TV work and went back there last year. But I think it's just everything apocalyptic about this year. You know, it's made you really think. And I just got to a point where there are some things that I've been wanting to do in my career for a while. And I said, you know, this is the year of taking risks, or next year is anyway. So I'm going to try out some different things and see where I land without being too comfortable. Also, it was just that I really just needed a break. You know, and I'm a person who's talked quite a bit about mental health and the importance of that, and you know, just being in situations that either help you grow, and if you feel like there's sort of pressures that are leading you in the wrong direction, I believe in taking a pause and taking a break and reevaluating. So really, that's all it was. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it's interesting that you talk about mental health, and we'll actually touch on that. But we also saw, you know, I mean, Kenyans can be a bit unkind.
Oh,
and a bit
not
harsh.
a bit.
Like, what were some of the things you were hearing? It's like you're resigning, but people are like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, what is the
It's so
problem?
funny because like a few weeks before now, I said I'm leaving the drive show.
Yes.
I had tweeted and just said one simple statement. I just said, I am tired. And it was a true fact.
Yes.
I didn't even elaborate on where. I could have been sleepy. I could have been, you know, in the farm all day. Maybe I had been limaying, like people didn't know.
Yeah.
But when Twitter saw it, it just became this thing of like, how umechoka si ukwende, you know, like everyone. So, and I was just sitting back. I don't take it personally because I don't know these people and they don't know me personally.
Yes.
But it was just like, I've never been afraid to express my feelings and share with my fans my true self, which is who I want them to know, not just the Joey you see on TV or you see me on a billboard or whatever. I want them to know the real me. The things I go through are what you're going through as well. And, you know, we just have to learn to take a pause when we need to.
But what has it taught you about Kenyans? Because I see it a lot. And celebrities get it, and I think you've grown thick-skinned, definitely. I mean, you have to find ways of coping with all that. But what makes you, What do you think makes people behave this way? Because when you look at, there's this lady, sorry, and the name just disappeared, but I think you know who I'm talking about. The social media influencer, the young lady who has a South African flag. What's her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yes. Elsa Majimbo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Elsa Majimbo. Doing well did not bother anyone, but people are just, but why do we behave that way? But I also think it's a generational thing, because I remember when Twitter started out, we didn't behave that way.
No, it wasn't. Twitter was fine. I joined Twitter, I think maybe 2011, Uko.
Yes.
And I didn't, I just used it to interact with my fans when I was doing my radio show and everything like that. It was just an outlet for me to talk to people. I don't know where we became so frustrated with life that we decided we can't let anyone win.
Exactly.
We can't let anyone be themselves.
Yes.
And it's just been, it's an unfortunate space. And so sometimes I have taken a break from Twitter. Sometimes I'll go, I've deactivated my accounts even for like a month. And then I'm just like, whew, let me calm down.
Yes.
And come back. And so I use it a bit sparingly now. But I don't know. I think this year especially, we've seen a lot of people are frustrated, a lot of people are broke, a lot of people are unhappy with their situations. And so it's just like, if you see someone saying something, you have to now just attack. It's very, very unfortunate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that when you came to the States, when you came back from the States, that's when you joined Capital.
Yeah.
Just give us a bit of context of your life prior to you coming back.
Yeah. So I had studied in Michigan. I had studied communications and business management.
Okay.
I actually wanted to be a film producer at the time. So I interned a little bit in Washington, D.C. at Voice of America. I did some, TV production. I did some radio there. And then I decided I wanted to go to grad school. So I moved all the way across the country to California. And I started grad school to be a film producer. And it just wasn't working out. Month one, I'm like month two, So I changed my major to film theory. I was like, maybe that's more my style. That didn't work out either. So after that semester, I came home that December, and I remember I was just like, I can't go back. I can't go back. I have to figure out what life, because eventually my plan was always to come back. So I'm like, now I'm going to take 2 years. I'm going to take these loans. I'm going to be broke. And, the program isn't really, working out for me. So why don't I just start? I just started. And I tried to, do as much networking as I could. And that's how I ended up at Capital as an intern first, and then eventually on air.
Why did you decide that when you came back to Kenya? Because you went there when you were quite young.
Yes, I went there when I was quite young, but then I came back. I did some schooling here, and then I went back now on my own for college.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what made you, after uni and the interning and working there for a little bit, what made you say Kenya is, I'm settling back home?
Kenya was always home. I mean, by that time my parents are here. I just felt, I'm the last born. I needed to be close to my parents even. So that was always the plan. I never wanted to live in the United States. I was not a citizen. I was not born there. I was born here. So life was a little bit difficult, just being an immigrant and being an international student and all that, and working all the jobs that no one else wanted. And so life wasn't easy. And I knew if I came back home, even if I didn't make it, I still had my family. And I still had a home that I could live in, and I could even just go to Macha and so in the States you don't have that. You don't have a shack. It's like you on your own, just hustling. Yeah, so.